On December 25th, 2020, a 63-year-old man named Anthony Quinn Warner drove his RV to Nashville, Tennessee's 2nd Avenue and woke up nearby residents with the sound of a robotic digital female voice coming from his RV, warning everyone around the vehicle to evacuate the area.
Wait, this must actually be chilling because how, if I hear something like that, I'll first of all think, did somebody enter the basement or the apartment and then start announcing or program stuff? You can hear this message. You can. I think somebody actually did this.
Soon, the female voice repeatedly mentioned that the RV was going to detonate, and a little after 6 a.m., the voice became more and more insistent, announcing that the vehicle would detonate in 15 minutes. In the body cam footage that was later released by the authorities, a group of Nashville police officers can be seen walking around the downtown area, urging any stragglers to evacuate for their...
Funny enough, from this designer we're seeing, it seems this actually happened on a December.
Own safety.
So you're not doing anything wrong, okay? You're not in trouble, but there is something serious happening down the roadway.
Go for 11.
Okay. Do you mind going down to 2nd and
Where do they need to go when they are evacuated?
That's so weird. That's like something out of a movie.
Like the purge?
Yeah.
Yes! This is what I'm talking about. It's actually like a movie, bro. It's actually like a freaking movie, bro. How can you just tell somebody evacuate now? And where are the people gonna go? Stay clear of this vehicle.
The robotic voice and its ominous warnings give the whole scene an extremely eerie vibe, like as the police officer mentioned, something out of the movie The Purge.
I can literally feel
the RV also broadcasted snippets of the 1964 hit song Downtown by Petula Clark, which is a song about how if you're ever feeling sad or lonely, you should go downtown and you'll feel better in the hustle and bustle of the city. Unfortunately, the robotic voice wasn't bluffing, and just 15 minutes later, the RV detonated near the AT&T building, causing damage to more than 50 buildings and even collapsing a few of them with its massive blast radius. In the aftermath of the incident, the cops...
What? What the heck? It actually happened.
Damage and moving nearby pedestrians to safety through body cam footage that can only be described as apocalyptic.
No way. How did they predict that? Or were there some stuff that we strategize, like along the road saying this person is gonna find himself this were all like kind of traps that were set? I wonder what. I wonder what actually happened.
Okay, go to your car.
No way. Just funny enough.
You okay? Yeah, I'm good, man. I appreciate it.
Thank God.
Even though the explosive inside the RV was extremely powerful, the cops managed to evacuate most of the nearby residents, and thankfully nobody outside the RV lost their lives.
Okay, nobody outside. But how about people inside?
3 people were injured and had to be hospitalized after the vehicle incident. The only person who lost his life was Anthony Warner himself, who was still inside the vehicle at the time of the detonation. After the incident, the authorities started digging deep into Anthony's past to figure out what could have caused him to do something so insane, and what they found was pretty disturbing. As it turned out, Warner was pretty much a paranoid loner obsessed with conspiracy theories about shape-shifting alien lizards. That were trying to take over the world. It was also revealed that 16 months before the explosion, Warner's girlfriend had called the cops to report that Anthony had been building explosives inside the RV outside their home. Even more disturbingly, less than a week before Christmas, Warner's neighbor had reportedly asked him if Santa was going to bring him anything good for Christmas, to which Warner replied, "Oh yeah, Nashville and the world are never going to forget me." But despite the clear desire for attention, the cops never managed to truly figure out Warner's motive, and it was
Wait, how can you be so sick and desirous of attention? Did you actually blow up yourself?
eventually concluded that he probably didn't want to hurt anyone, and that a fatal cancer diagnosis mixed with other factors had contributed to Warner's declining mental health.
Oh,
On March 9,
Oh,
2023, at around 12:30 p.m., an anonymous caller dialed 911 and told dispatchers that a man that had just run into a food market on Cleveland's Central Avenue was claiming that he had just been kidnapped. As soon as police arrived, they were able to talk to the alleged victim, and the jarring conversation was captured on one of the cops' body cams.
I went over there to fix his busted pipe for his washing machine.
Okay.
And I was putting a water line for his ice and for his refrigerator. And when I got downstairs, there was another dude came out. They had guns on me and they robbed me. I mean, they tied me up. They had plastic laying on the ground.
Disturbingly, the zip ties and duct tape that were used in the kidnapping can still be seen on the man's body as he explains what happened to him. As the victim mentions to the cops, the perpetrators forced him into his own.
bro, from listening to what he's saying, he's kind of still scared. First of all, if I were to be the policeman first,
Van robbed him and then held him for ransom before he managed to escape.
So they put this on my face. They get me in my van and they bring me over here. They turn the location up on my phone. One of the guys is in back with me. And
Which way the car go?
Huh?
Where the car go?
It was parked this way, and I ran all the way down here to here. We were parked right over there.
You're parked on 49. What kind of car was it?
It's my van.
As the cops later found out, the main perpetrator was 51-year-old Ahmed Johnson, whom the victim had been in federal prison with at some point in his life. After digging deeper into
is this a woman or a man?
the case, they uncovered the whole story of the kidnapping. As the victim mentioned in the video, the kidnapper had hired him for a plumbing job, and when he arrived at the house in Cleveland's Buckeye Woodhill neighborhood, he was led downstairs where he would allegedly be shown the leaky pipe that he had to fix. Once downstairs, Ahmed led the victim to another room, where another man jumped out and held him at gunpoint. After stealing his phone and Apple Watch, the kidnappers bound the victim and put him into the back of his own van. As the perpetrators drove the van towards the city's central neighborhood, they made the victim call a friend and bring around $15,000 to a nearby gas station in exchange for his return.
Wow.
But as the van slowed down,
Wow, that is actually much. That is actually much. But I just want to know if they were the ones that released him later on.
victim somehow managed to jump out and ran down East 49th Street.
Oh,
Thinking
he
quickly,
jumped
the
around.
victim ran into a convenience store where he would be protected by the public eye, causing the suspects to drive off. 2 weeks later, the cops managed to make an arrest, and Ahmed Johnson was charged in Cleveland court with aggravated kidnapping. As of today, there have been no further updates to the case.
Oh,
On September 9,
What?
2019,
wait. When I hear about there's no other updates to the case, I immediately think, did they actually let him release the person, or did they persecute the person?
an Albuquerque Police Department officer saw a young man performing a traffic stop on a gray Nissan SUV. Strangely, the man wasn't dressed like a police officer at all. In fact, he was dressed as an ordinary citizen in jeans, a black polo, and an Air Force cap as he wrote down the driver's information. Sensing that something was off, the officer pulled the man aside to talk to him, and from the beginning, the man seemed a little on edge.
Can I talk to him for a minute? What's going on?
Bro immediately wanted to, you've been so in love with being a policeman, and you just got one chance. Didn't you actually have to do the work of a policeman
Talk back here real quick.
without actually dressing as a policeman or getting an ID?
Okay.
I know, I'm under-equipped.
Okay. 'Cause normally, dude, if you're out here, man, if you're making a traffic stop, you're just gonna have to stop. Alright? Do you have an ID with you?
I mean, this is all I got. I mean, like I said, I'm under-equipped. I was just heading over there to the courthouse.
It's a courthouse for what?
Bro really wanted to do this police work Just let him alone.
Get my crap. I know, it makes no sense. I caught him going 120 down I-40.
Okay. Why do you have this vehicle?
Personal? I know.
Do you have an ID with you at all?
No, I keep it on my uniform.
The man claims that he was on his way to the courthouse when he pulled over the driver of the gray Nissan. Suspiciously though, he claims he doesn't have any sort of identification on him because he allegedly left it inside his uniform. After a bit of questioning, the man says his name is Brendan Wazinski and confesses that he was using his personal vehicle to pull over civilians, but insists that he's been an officer of the law for 3 years.
Simple. And I'm not here to mess with you, man. It's just the thing is, yeah, he was speeding, dude. You could have called it in, and because if you get into shooting, you're speeding.
Right.
All right, man.
I understand.
Right.
This, for starters, I know this looks really bad.
Right.
This looks really bad.
For status, I know this looks really bad. For status, that means he's an OD. Ain't it?
Screams whacker.
Right. How long you been on?
This screams whacker.
I've been on for like 13 years. All right, so.
After checking the database, the officer notices
All the
Brendan's
4
name
years.
doesn't pop up on any nearby law enforcement agency's list, and at that point his only option is to put the suspect in the back of his vehicle while he waits for his supervisor to figure things out. Less than 5 minutes later, Brendan gets cold feet and confesses that he's not a real cop.
Bro just wanted to be a cop for the day, bro.
I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you.
Just one night cop. Nothing more. Just one night cop.
Okay.
Y'all been looking at these things, I'd be like,
That bad.
what the heck? Crazy things have been happening.
Offline.
Okay. Do me a favor. Stay in here, okay? For a second.
As soon as his supervisor arrives, the officer briefs him on the situation, and they decide to arrest Brendan for impersonating a police officer. After putting him in cuffs, the sheriff arrives to assess the
Impersonating.
situation. I honestly don't know how long Brendan was expecting to be able to get away with pulling people over pretending to be a cop, but it seems as though he was hoping to play vigilante with no consequences forever. Even though he didn't have a weapon in his belt at the
No
time.
way. Hope he didn't collect money. All them $20, $10, $50. Hope you didn't collect them money, bro. That would be
It's not
bad.
uncommon for people like Brendan to start using guns and handcuffs as intimidation tools once they get more comfortable and start thinking they can get away with it. Obviously, it's incredibly dangerous to have random people driving
I
around the city
understand.
pretending to be cops when they really have nothing to do with law enforcement at all, which is why the officers have no other choice but to bring him into the police station. After arriving at the station, the cops try to get Brendan's full statement, but the suspect contradicts himself a bunch and lies to try to get the officer's sympathy. Brendan says he was on his way to work when he saw a guy going 120 on the freeway and confesses that he freaked out when the cop asked him about his identity. Strangely, he alleges that the badge he used to fake his identity used to belong to his dad, who supposedly used to work with the sheriff's department before he was killed in the line of duty 5 or 6 years prior.
And then when I'm
Oh, I can see. You see what I was talking about? A guy, your man that actually loved being a cop. And see nothing to do, you just need to do it.
made contact with you, I noticed you had a badge. Where'd you get that badge from?
It belonged to my dad.
It belongs to your dad? When was
Well,
he?
it did.
It did? Is he still around, or did he pass away?
Well, he was killed.
Oh, he was killed, okay.
As it was later revealed, this was a complete lie, and the truth was that he bought the badge online as he had initially confessed when the cop interrogated him. It's hard to imagine that he thought he was going to get away with a lie like that when there was video
No
evidence of him
way.
saying that he bought the badge online less than an hour ago. During the interview,
Bro bought a badge online and actually want to taste it out. Can this thing really work? Perhaps I'm going to use it today.
it was also revealed
And
that Brendan
then
was
later
only
on,
18 years old, even though
buy
he said he
a
was around
uniform,
25
still
when the cop
online.
initially pulled him
Perhaps
over.
I would have
This
done
makes
that.
the fact that he said he was married and needed to call his wife even more sketchy, and it's hard to tell which details of the story are true and which ones are completely made up. A few seconds later, things get a little scary when Brendan confesses that he had a loaded weapon in the glove compartment of the vehicle, which wasn't initially visible in the video. Considering he's a compulsive liar and an irresponsible teenager, it's pretty horrifying to imagine what he would have done with the handcuffs and gun had he been given the chance to play vigilante for a few more days or weeks or whatever. In March 2020, a judge sentenced Brendan to a year of probation. But just a few weeks later, he failed to report to his probation officer, refused to get a psych exam, provided a false address, and missed a scheduled meeting. As a result, the judge tightened his probation conditions, and as of today, there have been no further updates to the case.
Why is it that all these guys, after some time, there won't be any further updates to the case? Is there something happening sketchy?
At around 8 p.m. on
I think
September
something
30th, 2021, 3 children ages 6, 6, and 7 were reported missing in the Flamingo Lake
I
neighborhood
thought
of
it
Montgomery,
would be
Texas.
666. I would have
According to
been
the
like,
parents,
no,
the
let's
kids had gone
skip.
missing after they went into the Sam Houston forest
It wouldn't
and
be
wandered
funny.
off the main trail to go play in a creek. After the disappearance was announced to the public, the authorities launched a massive search that included helicopters, dogs, drones, off-road vehicles, and hundreds of police officers from multiple law enforcement agencies. The next morning,
Wait, this happens in the US. Right here, I'm not going to mention country. We are posting it all around on our WhatsApp status. I know it's going to help, but
an anonymous Good
how
Samaritan
long?
who was very familiar with the layout of the woods decided to take matters into his own hands.
Let
and
there
went
be
into
an
the national
intense
forest by
search
himself to
also
find
by the
kids.
police and law
Around 9
enforcement.
a.m. on September 31st, the man found the kids and called 911 to bring the children to safety, and the whole rescue was captured on Sergeant Jason Smith's body cam.
Come on, can y'all come to me? Come to me. Yeah, come to me. There's an opening right here. Come on, kids, come to me.
They wouldn't let me in over here last night, so I just took off around the back. I've been looking all night long.
Yes, sir. I have all
Jesus
3
is good,
children.
ain't he? Ain't Jesus good?
He's good. Kids, I'm the
Jesus is good. Are you sure it's not his man that actually to the kid?
police. Are y'all ready to get out of the woods? Come on, buddy.
Let's get out of here.
Perhaps he's a
You got
pedophile.
cheeseburgers in your car.
We're going to get something to eat. Okay? You want to hold my hand? We'll get out of here.
Even though the kids were found just a little over a mile away from where they entered the woods, they'd still been lost for over 24 hours, and pretty understandably they were hungry. As it was later revealed, the kids had spent the night in the forest, sheltering themselves under a fallen tree until the volunteer came to rescue them, which is why they had leaves and branches in their hair in the footage.
Here, let's pick this. Grab hold of that. There you go.
You're really strong.
Am I really strong?
I don't think
Lose your shoe?
Oh no, my.
I got you.
How did they
Even though
get
they
in
had
there?
spent the night with minimum shelter and hadn't had anything to eat for 24 hours, the children still seemed to be in pretty good spirits as Sergeant Smith escorted them out of the woods, and toward the end of the video he can be seen guiding them to the clearing where a bunch of cop cars sit waiting for them.
How did it get so far into the woods? That wasn't told.
Thank you, Bill.
What even told them there?
Y'all got it? Come on, kids. Let's come out to the road.
Y'all been looking. Just subscribe.
Oh, yeah. What? There you go, buddy. Look at you. You made it.
It's honestly pretty terrifying to think that if they hadn't been found then and there, the kids would have probably ended up succumbing to the elements. But thankfully, they were able to get back home to their parents.
Not just succumbing to the elements, but how about wild animals like snake or bear? I don't know, but it might have. Some
On
might
January
have still
30th,
happened.
2017, New Mexico police received a disturbing call from a witness in Nevada who claimed he had seen a woman being taken out of her Las Vegas apartment by a man and put into a white van with a Texas license plate. After receiving the alert, the cops were able to locate the van in question less than 24 hours later and arrest the driver and passenger. Once the suspects are out of the vehicle, the cops approach the white van, and that's when they find something incredibly disturbing.
Wait, what are they gonna see? Child, what are they gonna see? Just write your guess. If you're good in guessing, write it on the comment section. Just write in the comments.
Yeah. Put a camera on this thing. Got a camera. Do you need a...
Oh my God, thank you.
Okay.
Got it? Rolling?
I got rolling.
Okay,
Okay, we're gonna get you out of here, okay?
I got pictures of her and I got pictures of the chains.
What
In the back
the
of the
heck?
vehicle, the
Actually,
cops
yeah.
find a woman named Jane who is chained to the floorboards of the van by the suspects, and as soon as the officers set her free, she gives them her disturbing testimony. According to the victim, the man who was driving the getaway van was her ex-boyfriend Jack, who broke into her apartment and took her. Even though she fought hard to escape, Jack was trained in mixed martial arts and was a lot heavier than her, and it didn't take him long to take her out of her home. Jane assumed it was her neighbors who saw the altercation and called the police, and it was thanks to that 911 call that the cops were able to rescue her. Once inside the police car, Jack doesn't seem all too distressed that he's about to be put away for a long time, and he can even be seen interacting pretty calmly with the officer driving the vehicle, asking him if he has a favorite hymn and singing the words to Amazing Grace as he's taken to jail.
Bro actually wanted to give his life to Christ. And it's actually better. It's good. So yo, there's peace found in the Lord Jesus Christ. He's God. I'm telling you.
You got a favorite hymn?
What's that?
You got a favorite hymn?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I don't know. I've never been into them. What about you?
What about Amazing Grace? You like that one?
I'll take it.
Wow, he has a good bass.
As it was later revealed, Jack's accomplice
That is good voice.
in the kidnapping was 19-year-old Samuel Brown. In the other cop car, Samuel asked the police officer to have a conversation with him, claiming that he's scared of everything that's happening.
Is it okay to talk? Is it okay to talk? Yeah. Anything. I'm just kind of scared. And okay. What are the police gonna ask me?
During the investigation, the police found that Jack and Samuel had planned to take Jane into a cave in New Mexico that Jack had dug into the side of a hill, where they would later brainwash her into marrying one of them, according to the police report. After the horrifying incident, Jack was sentenced to life in prison, and Samuel...
Wow. Bro desperately wanted a wife. He didn't just want to kidnap. He actually wanted a wife. But how will you actually force a woman to marry? He actually wanted a wife. But how will you actually force a woman to marry?
to a little over 5 years in prison.
This is just insane,
where
bro.
Jane would be if that 911 call hadn't been placed and the cops hadn't intervened. On April 8 of 2021, police officers from the city of Whitehall, Ohio, about 6 miles away from Columbus, received a report that a man was allegedly impersonating a police officer at a traffic stop. Upon arriving at the scene, they found a 26-year-old man named Casey Donovan Williams asleep in what appeared to be a Whitehall police cruiser. When he woke up, he told the cops that he was an off-duty cop working a special duty detail. At first, the officers bought his story, but when they were told there was no special duty assigned at that time, they returned to get the real story. And the exchange was captured on the cop's body cam.
But you have no ID from them, all right?
No.
And have you ever been sworn in by them?
I've talked to the chief.
No. I'm asking you a direct question. Have you been sworn in by
It's
them?
very important you answer this correctly.
I don't know, but I just want to know, like, what is sworn into what? But they is supposed to have given a straight.
Because being a former police officer or someday a current police officer, you know if you lie in this situation, you go directly to jail.
No,
I'm going to put
not,
that right
listen,
out.
I'm not.
So if you are telling me you are a police officer right now, is that what you're telling me? So you are not a commissioned police officer.
I have spoke with the chief.
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you one question. Are you a commissioned police officer through the state of Ohio?
I have an OPUDA certificate.
That's not what I'm asking.
That's not what we're asking you.
I'm explaining to you.
No, you're not. You're not answering the question. You're avoiding the question.
Just answer the question straight up. What's bro going?
Very simple. Are you a sworn police officer anywhere in the state of Ohio with any department?
Yes or no?
Not currently.
No.
As soon as the cops start applying a bit
Not
of pressure,
current.
Casey confesses that he's not an actual commissioned police officer, and when the cops mention to him that he risks going to jail if he lies, he decides to call one of the officers who supposedly gave him the job to try to save himself from the consequences.
Okay. 1 second. Would you be willing to speak to the supervisor from the company? From Watchman. From Watchman? Yes. Is he an actual police officer? You are an actual police officer, correct? Okay. Yes, he is. Where are you commissioned at?
It doesn't matter. He's not here doing anything.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's the superintendent of the state highway patrol. That's irrelevant to the situation.
Even though he seems to have a pretty intricate series of excuses to justify his actions, the cops sense there's more to the story than Casey's letting on. After mentioning to the cops that he was just trying to make a little extra money by allegedly working for the Glenwood Police Department, he realizes his chances of getting out of an arrest are pretty slim, and that's when he resorts to asking the cops for mercy.
That's all I was trying to do. Please do not. I'm asking you for courtesy, man to man. Please do not ruin my career. Please, please, please.
Bro is now saying man to man. Okay. I definitely understand trying to make some side money by doing cops work. No problem.
I think you did that kind of on your own.
Throughout the exchange, it seems as if Casey either doesn't realize the severity of what he's doing, or he really thinks the cops are going to let him get away with showing a fake badge and even carrying a weapon while pretending to be an officer of the law. Still, things were about to get a whole lot worse for Casey, because after he was put in the real police officer's cruiser, the cops searched his vehicle and found a loaded AR-15 rifle, a tactical vest, a loaded handgun with 15 rounds of ammo, a taser, 2 pairs of handcuffs, and pepper spray. It's pretty disturbing to think of what could have happened if the cops hadn't arrested Casey then and there, because even though he didn't seem to have any bad intentions at first glance, Casey could have used the badge, vehicle, and weapon for some pretty nefarious purposes if he wanted to, by simply convincing people he was a real police officer. From kidnapping to extortion and everything in between, a fake cop can be extremely dangerous. As it was later revealed, this wasn't the first time the suspect had gotten in trouble for trying to pull something.
Wow, child. I actually understand. The analysis makes sense. Okay? The reason for his arrest makes sense. It's justifiable.
Although at one point he had been a corrections deputy at the Pickaway County Jail, he was forced to resign after trying to enforce his authority as an undercover cop at a fair when he hadn't been instructed to do so. After the incident in Whitehall, Casey was charged with impersonating a police officer, a 3rd-degree felony, and improper handling of a gun in a motor vehicle, a 4th-degree felony.
I don't actually understand what is this 3rd degree, 4th degree felony. And actually, if you actually love this video, hit the subscribe button and I'll give you a feast till next time.